Let's go, man. Let's get into it. Let's talk a little hoops, man. NBA is about to start getting interesting. It's about to be April soon, and let's talk a little hoops, man. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't know who the MVP is this year. I really don't. I honestly don't know who the MVP this year. But, as you can tell by the title, I know who it shouldn't be. It should not be Luka Doncic. Now, before I make this video, first of all, I want to say something. Luka's a good player. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's fun to watch. He puts up all the stats. He reminds me of James Harden with the Rockets, where he puts up all these stats. He doesn't get injured for the most part, like James Harden did with the Rockets. And also, you know, he shoots these threes. He's just a left-handed version of James Harden, just a bit slower and a little bit less athletic. But Luka, he's putting up good stats and stuff like that. And I hear his name in the MVP race. Why? The MVP, I don't know if people forgot the acronym of the MVP. It's the most valuable player. I'm sorry. How is Luka valuable when his team is 42-29 in the play-in tournament? Are we serious right now? Are we serious? Just looking at this right now, Nikola Jokic, SGA, what's his name, and Ant should all be ahead of him. And honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you. And maybe I'm going to keep it real with you. And I hate Boston. I really do. Jason Tatum should be he should be the MVP. Say what you want about Tatum. Say what you want about the Boston Celtics, and I do. I do. He should be the MVP. Guy only missed 5 games. He doesn't low manage. I should probably do a separate video on why Jason Tatum should be the MVP. Instead of looking up his stats right now. And they already clinched the playoffs. Everybody's fighting for look, bro, they literally have an 11-game lead. 11-game lead on the second best team in the East. And that's the Milwaukee Bucks. That is crazy. And people are going to sit here and just say, oh, well, they had a stacked team, this, that, and third. Let me ask you something. Do you really think the Boston Celtics will literally, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about Tatum before we get back to Luka. Do you really think the Boston Celtics will be 57-15 if they were led by Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, and Jrue Holiday? You just take Tatum off like that? Come on, bro. Come on. But going back to Luka, that's an impact player, Jason Tatum. Luka Doncic has Kyrie and can't do anything. Luka Doncic has PJ Tucker. No, what's his name? PJ Washington. That's his name. PJ Washington can't do nothing. He has Tim Hardaway Jr. He can't do anything. And I get Jason Kidd sucks as a head coach. He's beyond horrible. But Luka, this is the same head coach you went to the conference championship with. This is a better team than you had with the conference championship. Maybe not better on defense at least. But the offensive power, Kyrie, PJ Washington, Tim Hardaway, and you still can't win, bro? You in the play-in tournament, my dude? I know you have a chance to go up if you beat the Sacramento, but at the same time, no one's talking about the fact that why does Luka deserve the MVP? He's not valuable. He's not valuable. If they get bounced in the play-in tournament, well, they could have done that themselves. They could have done that without Luka. You tell me Kyrie and PJ Washington and Tim Hardaway can't go to a play-in tournament? You tell me Kyrie can't carry a team to a play-in tournament and lose? And Luka Doncic putting up all these flashy numbers and stuff like that? He deserves MVP over Nikola Jokic, SGA, and Jason Tatum? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? I'm sorry, man. I'm not with the whole Luka should be in the MVP race. He's not valuable. Am I saying he's a bad player? Absolutely not. He's a great player. He's one of the best young players in the NBA. No one says about it. But what does he impact? What does he impact? People say he's LeBron. People say he's this, that, and third. I'm sorry. LeBron James in his third year. This is like Luka's, fifth, sixth year? He drafted in like 2018. Yeah. He was drafted in 2018. This dude hasn't even been to a finals yet. LeBron in his like second, third year drug that's sorry. That's sorry. Say what you, and I get people are gonna say, well, it's LeBron. At the end of the day, bro, that LeBron-led team, best other player was a washed-up Eric Snow. This dude has Kyrie Irving and can't do anything. Missed the playoffs. Granted, he sat, but he missed the playoffs. Michael Jordan, his first few years in the league, yeah, he got bounced in the first round, but at least he made the playoffs. And who was his second best player? Charles Oakley. This dude has Kyrie Irving. He has Kyrie Irving. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here, bro? Go look up James Harden's first year with the Rockets. Actually, matter of fact, I got his picture right up here. Go look up James Harden's first year with the Rockets. He didn't get Dwight Howard until like his second, third year. He had the likes of Patrick Beverly and those bums and drove them to 60 wins. And that's who I compare Luka to. Maybe James Harden's prime is better than Luka. Because at the end of the day, go look up those years where he didn't have Dwight. And Dwight was washed, and his focus was on going to Thailand and messing with lady boys. But James Harden, those first few years before he got CP3, had washed up Dwight Howard and Patrick Beverly and Eric Bledsoe, who's a decent player. Actually, no, he didn't have Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe was with the Pacers with Paul George. Luka does not deserve to be in the MVP race. I'm sorry. I don't care. His numbers are great. Averaging 10 assists, 9 rebounds to 34 points, shooting 49% from the field. Fine, cool, whatever. He's not the MVP. He's not the MVP, bro. I'm sorry. No, I don't see it with Luka. He should not be in MVP races. Like I said, going back, looking at the standings, dude's in the play-in tournament. And honestly, hold up. Let me look it up right here so I don't get it wrong. If they lose to Sacramento tonight, which should be a good, by the way, sidetrack, this is a great matchup. Great Tuesday matchup. Got the Heat Warriors, got the Lakers Bucks. You got two young up-and-coming teams in the Pelicans and OKC. Pelicans, and I'm going to be doing a video. I already did a video on SGA. I'm going to be doing a video, and why the OKC Thunder should get Kevin Durant. I'm going to be doing a video on the Pelicans. I predicted the Pelicans a year ago. It's just Zion's fat self got injured, but you know, it is what it is there. And then going back to it, if the Mavericks lose to the Kings, which is very likely, Sabonis and them boys, my boy De'Aaron Fox, underrated. If they beat what's his name? If they beat the Mavericks, they're still in the play-in tournament. They're still in the play-in tournament. Why does Luka deserve the MVP? What is he valuable at? He's putting up 34 points. Okay, great. You can find that doesn't mean anything. But he's not contributing to wins. If anything, if you want to keep it real, if you watch the Mavericks, he's contributing to a lot of their losses because he gets lit up by the other point guards. Look at his defense. I want everybody to look at it. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. This is not going to be released today. But everybody come back to this video. Tell me De'Aaron Fox does not light up Luka. Tell me De'Aaron Fox does not light up Luka. This is beyond stupid. And as I'm recording this, obviously, you know, they're 7. But the simple fact that they're going to be at best a 6 seed, he does not deserve to be in the MVP race. We need to stop this nonsense with Luka Doncic. We need to. It's beyond ridiculous. It's stupid. It's dumb. And honestly, you know what? I might actually post this video on Tuesday so I can have the full context of it. Because at the end of the day, Luka, he ain't it, bro. He's not it. He needs more help. He's not a LeBron. He's not a Jordan. He's not a Kobe. Even Kobe with washed up Derek Fisher and those bums went to the first round. This dude, Westbrook with the OKC Thunder with Steven Adams. Shout out to my boy YTC. Still went to the playoffs. This dude's not even going to be in the playoffs for 2 years. 2 years straight. If everything, goes well. But once again, it's still March, technically, as I'm recording this. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, Luka puts up great stats. And Luka's fun to watch. I'm not denying that. I'd be cooking with Doncic in 2K. I'm not saying he's not one of the best great players in the young great player coming up. And I'm not saying he's going to not win a championship. but he's not making an impactful role on his team. The 1 year he did was, 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And he has a way, yeah. We didn't know what Brunson was. We didn't know what Brunson was until he came to my Knicks. And by the way, thank you, Dallas, for Brunson. But you have Kyrie Irving, who's still an all-star level player, still has his best handles. You have Tim Hardaway, PJ Washington, and you still can't do nothing. He's not the MVP. Sorry, no, I don't see it, but that's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.